This is the new Roborock S8 Pro Ultra, double brush, double mopping power, but is it 2 times better? We have a lot to talk about. This is your first look at the new Roborock S8 Pro Ultra. Slight change in the name from last year S7 Max V Ultra. Still many names, but the Ultra means that this is the flagship for 2023, the best the Roborock has to offer. In this video we'll go in depth with all the new features from last year model and the full review for this new model. But before we start, be sure to subscribe if you haven't already and leave a like to help the channel. Roborock is always the first robo vacuum manufacturer to show New Year's model at CES. For this year they basically took everything good in the S7 Max V Ultra, they changed the design and everything inside. They added a double brush system for dust which allows up to 6000 Pascal. They doubled the vibrating motors for the mopping and made a minor downgrade we'll talk about later in this video. Roborock solved my only complaint about the S7 Max V Ultra. Video ended. Bye bye. Of course, I'm joking. My only gripe for the S7 was the design of the dock. I mean, here you have a side-by-side comparison and it's pretty obvious the difference. Not that design is important for both vacuums, but those docks are in our homes, so why don't have an iconic design since they become a piece of furniture? I really love the double color scheme, Stormtrooper-like black and white. The white works so much better for the dust and it's not a dust magnet anymore and the S8 looks cleaner in all the line. If the Ecovacs X1 Omni is more like a classic Ferrari, this S8 Pro Ultra is a modern Lamborghini. I really like the geometry and the double color for contrast. Really well done, Roborock. The S8 doesn't have a removable water tank like last year, but what really impressed me was the new handle design for the clean and wastewater tank. It might look stupid, but now it's even easier to open the door and dump the water. The S7 was a little bit tricky and there was a design problem in my opinion. Roborock was the first brand in the industry to introduce at CES 2021 the game-changer all-in-one dock with real hands-free experience. It was the first of a kind and today it goes even farther. The RockDock is a really short if you compare to the Ecovacs or Dreamy dock and can stay below things and hidden if you want. And this small package the Roborock Ultra rocks the clean and wastewater tank and the dust bag. This one has a plastic shut-in door, so when you replace the dustbin it works very well, you don't lose any dust when you put a fresh one. If you're not familiar, this dock takes care for you of all the robo cleaning and refilling with a truly maintenance-free experience. After every clean round, it will wash the mopping pad first using fresh water and dumping it in the wastewater. During the clean, it will go back to the station periodically to clean again the mopping pad to avoid cross-contamination. After every clean, it will empty the onboard dustbin into the dock base and clean the mop again. You just have to refill fresh and dump the wastewater when the robot will notify you. The new feature that was missing that I really love is the hot air drying for the mopping pad. The S7 had a separate model that needed to be bought separately, not that I never had any bad smell problem without, but really nice they included it by default in the full price. My only complaint is that when the robot charges, the pad is on the opposite side of the hot air source, meaning that it's a very long process. Other robots directly heat up the pad which is on the dock side, but it depends on the design of each robot. The feature that I'm most excited about is the new suction system. For the first time in the industry, Roborock introduced a dual brush called DuoRoller riser brush system. I've always loved the rubber brush and tangle-free, which is miles better than the other ones with hair, but having two is even better. They have a counter-rotating motion that effectively reduces hair tangle, meaning a less frequent maintenance from you. This system not only gives you better vacuuming performance, but also whopping 6000 Pascal maximum power. Don't get me wrong, the 5100 Pascal of the S7 Max V Ultra was more than enough and I had never had any problem in real world experience, but I mean 6000 is a lot more. This feature is only available in Max Plus mode and will exclude the mopping. I wish you could do that during the mopping as well, but it's so powerful that it will vacuum water too. This is really nice for carpet because you don't mop them, so S8 Pro Ultra will detect it with ultrasonic sound detection system and identify the carpet with precision, then rise the mop ensuring not to touch the carpet with the wet mop, and then go full suction power with the 2 brush for a deeper vacuuming experience, and this will translate in a 20 to 30% more effective pickup rate. So if you have many carpets or pet hair or moquette, this is the robot for you, because robots like Ecovacs cannot lift the mops and will avoid simply the carpet, and the Dreamy will rise the mopping pad but not as much as the Roborock. So if you have moquette, this is the one for you. As a matter of fact, I'm looking forward to use this in my new studio with all moquette on the floor. Roborock doubled down on mopping as well with the VibraRise 2.0 mopping system. As the name suggests, they put double the vibrating motors with 3000 times per minute high-speed scrubbing, ensuring up to 6 Newton downward pressure. The difference is so important that it's like it scrubbed the same area twice the times it did with last generation S7. As we talked about, it will still feature the 5mm mop lifting. In real world, this means that it will clean more effectively, coffee and drain out liquids on the floor. But about this feature, there will be a lot to talk about. I tested many robot vacuums from Dreamy, Ecovacs, Roborock with different mopping system, but personally I think this is a really soft system. I see it working very well with houses with a lot of parquet and wood floor, but in real world tests all the system perform great. It's really hard to show on camera the difference. Personally, I'm going back and forth between this system and the spinning mops, because it makes macro movement rather than micro movements like this one. Generally, Ecovacs and Dreamy use more water, and I like more water better, but it's still my personal preference. Still, there isn't a perfect system. Yes, the spinning mops have downsides as well, because they don't go until the very edge of the wall and there will be a large area, a few centimeters, that is not mopped, while the Roborock will almost go against flush the wall, so this is better. Also, it's more water efficient and energy efficient, making smaller movements means less energy and more battery life, which is very good. It's complicated, so it's open for debate, and tell me in the comments your opinion. Another new feature is the liftable dual brush system. For different tasks, we saw that on carpet smoke can be lifted, but the brush can be lifted as well if you want to go in mopping only mode. And it's really nice because you have many features on the mopping only mode. You can make deeper cleaning, you can make wide zigzag, and this is really nice. Also, I really love the fact that each room you can fully customize it, choosing between mop and vacuum and mop only and vacuum only mode. For example, you can use Max Plus mode in certain room and mop only in other zones. The S8 Pro Ultra navigation system is slightly different from last year. The Reactive 3D obstacle avoidance system with structured light and infrared technology helped the robot to recognize and avoid all the hazards and problems on the floor, both in bright and dark room. The S7 had a light that turned on in the dark, but this one doesn't need it with infrared technology. I made a test with my baby room with a rod and many obstacles, and it didn't have any problem, even if this was a really hard test. This means that when you're away, there is almost zero chance of getting stuck, and they will ensure complete cleaning every time. From last year, it's a different technology since it doesn't have the RGB camera. This is the only kind of downgrade of the S8 Pro Ultra that I see, because you won't be able anymore to home patrol and remotely view through your robot. In my opinion, it wasn't a super useful feature since I used like 2 times, but you should know that if it's important for you. Maybe you have pets. Also, this means that you will detect the obstacle but won't be able to tell you which category, like wires or shoes, and it will not show you a picture like S7 did. Again, if it's important for you, for me it wasn't super important, but it was nice. In real world test, I didn't see any difference in reaction times or reliability. The mapping is the best in the industry in my opinion. The maps are super precise and the quick mapping feature is super fast and reliable. It's worth noting that you can select off-peak charging when the price of your electricity is lower, like in the night, and this is a nice addition. The Roborock S8 Pro Ultra will cost $1,599, which is a lot, but you get one of the, if not the best robot on the market. During the year there are many sales, so if you want you can wait and get the best discount and deal possible. I think it's worth it, maybe $100 less, but my only gripe is the mopping system. My score for this is 9 out of 10. A Roborock, hear me out, if you put the spinning mops on this robot, in my opinion, it's at 10 out of 10 and totally worth the $1,600 price tag. So this wraps up for today. I really liked this Roborock S8 Pro Ultra and I really can't wait to see what 2023 and other product will bring. Be sure to like and subscribe. And as always, stay tuned on Shades of Tech. Ciao!